Yep, that works perfectly fine, no problems. Hey folks, Steve here, and welcome to the 4th devlog for Project Hestia, a base building automation strategy game. To begin with the week, I finished working on the foundation system. So as you can see, I've got some foundations that I've already put into the game. I've now updated the left-hand side menu, so it's a little bit nicer. And so we've got add foundation, edit foundation, and delete foundation, which work quite nicely. So the foundations fit the world grid, so it'll snap to the unit coordinates, and you can just click and drag, and you'll get this nice blue rectangle. And if you go over it, it will prevent you from building it. And you will also highlight anything that's inside it, so which entities are causing it to be not able to be built. And you can click there. And then once you've placed it, again, you can go for it. You can resize the foundations like that, or you can make them a bit higher, move them around. And again, you can't move it over something that will prevent it from being built. Yeah, so it's quite a nice little system. I'm not sure if this will be how it'll be in the final game, because there are a few little problems, but I quite like this for just deciding where the foundations will be to start with, and then you can hit it again. I also added jumping because I wanted to be able to get onto the foundations, but at the moment I can go infinite jetpack, which is quite fun to zoom around with. And the edit foundations works quite the same way. So you click edit and you can mouse over the one that you want to change. So we can get that one and then you can drag it. It's not clearing the grass at the moment, so that's something that I can work on in the future. As you can see, the spaceship kind of stops it from being built over there. And at the moment it snaps to the grid when you resize it. But when you resize it height-wise, it's goes up by 0.1 increments, so you can see it there. So you've got a bit more control over exactly how it's going to lay next to something else. So I can edit that and then, oh, that's a nice bug. Okay, so there's still some interesting bugs in there. So anyway, as you can see, we've got a nice little base that we can start adding things to and just really start laying out the beginnings of the factory. The plan is to get this snapping a bit better, because at the moment when you resize it doesn't snap to the nearest ones around you, so you've got to kind of align it properly, otherwise it doesn't line up. So there's little bits and pieces, but it's looking quite nice, and I think that's a good start to where we want the factory to be. So we've got miners as well that we had previously. They can only be placed off the foundations. So if you try and place it on, it will block it. But then other things can be placed on. I haven't got snapping to grid yet. So the idea is that when you're building on the foundations, it snaps to the foundation grid, similar to how we have it in Satisfactory. Again, placeholder stuff everywhere. So. Okay, and that's it for the foundations. As I'm working, I'm updating a Trello board. I think some of you have probably seen these before. They're quite popular amongst game dev and other developers. So I've got quite a big list of stuff that I'm currently going through. And I try and put any bugs that I find in here. The main thing that I worked on for the rest of the week is I have been trying to upgrade my system to using the hybrid renderer version 2, which is a new shiny thing in Unity. And I like new shiny things, but like all shiny things, it goes disastrously wrong because it's very much experimental stuff that's going into Unity that I decided I'd use in my game, but it's not going so well. So I've had lots of little issues with using dots and the UI toolkit together. So as you can see, if I start up my game like this, you just get errors all over the place. So that's, yeah, this is the bad side of programming, is going through and finding errors and trying to fix them. So as you can see, there's quite a few things going wrong in this scene, mostly to do with shaders. So the ground shader and the tree shader and the highlight shader just doesn't work at the moment in Hybrid version 2. So I've got a lot further than I did the previous time I tried this, but as you can see, it's not quite working, which is quite a shame. So I think I'll go back to using Hybrid Renderer version 1, at least for the time being anyway. And that's about it for this week's devlog. I'm trying to keep these videos very much warts and all, so you see the struggles and the downsides of programming game, as well as seeing the new features go in. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for updates, and thank you for watching.